in today's class. Of course, we have completed issue of shares. Now we are discussing only that acquisition of business, just for want of practice. Now I am solving the problem on, I am explaining the problem on issue of shares. This is the essay type question. It's a typical problem. See, in this question, it is given that 11,000 applications received for the allotment of 10,000 shares, and 500 shares or allotment money adjusted against the for 500 shares money adjusted against the allotment. So obviously another 500 is rejection. So total 11,000 applications received, number of shares to be allotted is 10,000, and 500 shares amount is adjusted against the allotment, so balance is rejection. Let us pause the entry. You know very well, first application received, then shares allotted, and then rejection entry, then prorata entry. Prorata entry is how many shares taken for the allotment of how many shares. Prorata entry we have taken the excess share of 500 considered at the rate of 2 rupees, that is the prorata. Then another one is allotment due amount, that is share allotment account, debtor to share capital to security premium. And another one important aspect, important working note we have to see, that is how much amount collected against the allotment. This is the important point. Of course, I have already explained based on the problems what we have solved previously. Once again, for this problem, again I am explaining this, the working. So total applications to be shares to be allotted is 10,000, whereas applications received is 11,000. So the ratio between shares applied and the share allotted is 11:10. So we have to take, and in the question it is given that 200 shares allotment price not paid. Please mind it carefully. When the allotment price is not paid for the particular type of shares, then we have to calculate how many shares applied and how many shares allotted. That we have to see. See, in this case 200 shares, allotment amount not received. So what we have to do is, allotted is 200, then applied is what? So by taking that ratio 10:11, we have to apply that. So 200 shares into 11 by 10. That means if they are having 10 shares, how many shares they apply? Okay, so 11 shares. So obviously for 200 shares allotted, how many shares applied? 220. 220 at the rate of application rate, that comes to 440. Then actual application money is 400. Number of shares into 2, 400 rupees actual application money received for that category. On that amount collected 440, actual application is 400, so excess amount collected is 40 rupees. That excess should be adjusted against subsequent installment. That is the concept. So what is the actual allotment amount? 200 at the rate of 4 rupees, that is allotment rate plus a premium, so 4 rupees. So out of that 800, excess money already collected is against application is 40 rupees. So balance to be collected for the allotment 760, but it is not actually collected. Then total shares allotted is 10,000 shares at the rate of 4 rupees, 40,000, that comes to 40,000. On that excess application money adjusted towards allotment, that is a prorata, that adjustment is 1,000 rupees. Then this particular shareholder has not paid the allotment amount, so that comes to 760. Balance is the amount received against the allotment stage. Okay, then next usual entries, bank account debtor to share allotment, this is amount received for allotment. Then first call, what is the amount received, what is the amount to be collected, because first we have to pass the due entry, then only we can pass the amount collected. So for 10,000 shares, 3 rupees per share, So 10,000 into 3, 30,000 rupees to be collected, whereas actually we collected only not 10,000, 30,000 rupees, 30,000 share, yes, 10,000 shares minus one shareholder has not paid it for 200 shares, another one shareholder has not paid for 100 shares. So total 300 shares not paid. So 30,000 minus 300 into 3, 900 rupees. That is the amount collected for first call. Then second call also first due. Then amount collected for 200 shares. One shareholder has not paid. He has not paid right from that is allotment. So not paid. And another shareholder for 100 shares he has not paid for first call and final call. So that is deducted. So balance is 29,100 is the actual amount collected against the share final call. This is okay. Then forfeiture entry. Please mind it. In this question, shares not paid 100 shares for call money and 200 shares for allotment, first call and final call. Amount not collected for these two shareholders from these two shareholders. So that we have to forfeit. How the entry is: share capital account debtor, security premium account debtor. 2. What are all the installments not collected? 2. What is the installment already collected? These two things we have to take. So share capital account debtor, security premium account debtor. Amount you can able to identify. That is 200 plus 100, 300 shares at the rate of 10 rupees. And for premium, only one person has not paid the allotment. So 200 shares into 2 rupees is the premium rate that we are taking, we are debiting. Then allotment, how much amount collected for allotment? 760 rupees. How? This is amount not received from a particular shareholder. Okay, that we have the calculations already. Then another one is share first call. For first call, how many shares not paid? 200 shares at the rate of 3 rupees. So then 200 shares at the rate of 3 rupees. 200 plus 100 amount not collected against the first call, against the final call, right? Then forfeited, 2 forfeited, that is amount already received. How much amount already collected? For 100 shares, application and allotment collected. And for 200 shares, only application was collected. So total of these two things, that comes to 800 rupees, right? Then for practice, you please try how the reissue is made and how the amount transferred to capital reserve, forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve. These two things you please try on own.